Like with Tax, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously you and him, you know, he would come at you on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever run into him in the streets?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay, and nothing. So you used to argue on Twitter and never nothing.
Yeah, early on we was arguing, going back and forth on Twitter. I see him at the what's the shit? Henny Palooza. There's video of us talking at Henny Palooza.
No, I know, but when
I had him up here on when he would be promoting rappers. Naima Supreme.
Yep.
Come on,
he put on. I'll tell you one thing. I mean, I know
Shmurda, Bobby Shmurda. I got from him.
Designer,
Millie Rock, Designer. I didn't get Designer for who put me on Designer. Bobby Trends, but it came from the same world. Like Tax was on the helping people get their shit.
But why do you think you and him had a problem? And what I mean by that,
I don't know.
Okay,
we didn't have a real problem until he tried to disrespect my family. And then at that point, I didn't talk to him.
And you never forgave him for that
because I didn't understand. Like, why would you even play with my family? I don't play those games.
Yeah. Now didn't he try to reach out and apologize? I think, and then did you bang on him or something like that?
I told him suck my dick.
I
don't do it. And the one thing I don't do, see, I'm from the hood. I don't do the break up to make up shit. Where people start a problem so they could fix the problem and then try to be chummy chum. Cause I'm laughing. Like, you know me, Pete. I be out laughing most of the time unless somebody's talking shit. And if people's talking shit, then we all talking shit, let's get it. Like, let's do it. And then if your feelings get hurt and you want to take it up a notch, then your feelings is hurt. Fuck you, I don't care. But, you know, I'm from a family that talks a lot of shit. I'm from a neighborhoods that talk a lot of shit. I play football and basketball. I talk a lot of shit. But in a world where you can take, like, my family, who's not my daughter, but my daughter's mother, and then you put her up on your gram and you talking about your dick and doing all that. By the way, I didn't go back at him and try to do the whole arguing back and forth. Like, oh, okay, you want to play around, so you want to see how I move when I'm tested. That's what you want. Yeah. So I went and I just showed him I can get to your executives, got him suspended. I ain't getting fired. Just go sit down. MTV. Just so you know I can get to people and you just go sit down like that.
Yeah, from MTV.
Yeah.
And that's when he got suspended.
Yeah, you know the internet. Oh, you got Tax fired. He ain't fired. He ain't fired. So, I just want to know I can get to. I just want him to know. Keep playing around with my family. I get to your pockets. So I'm gonna hurt you where it really hurts.
But when you you never seen him after that. Like after you got.
No, I never saw him like that.
But now when he got sentenced and got arrested. I don't know why I don't know this. I'm just asking. I seen that somebody saying like that you were on air and spoke about it. Did you take it serious or you felt bad?
No, I took it. I mean, the only part I didn't take serious was I didn't say his name during the interview. After the incident, it wasn't during the sentencing. It was during in the incident where people was trying to say he was involved. We had Lisa Evers on. You know, that was during that part. When a black man, a woman, anyone goes to jail, I don't really find that funny.
So you felt
and
bad.
I don't feel it's funny that somebody got killed.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not really like, the whole thing I didn't like. There were so many layers of the shit that I didn't like. But when it comes to like, I was saying his real name. I wasn't, you know, because I felt like I don't got to say his name.
But
like,
but you look at it like he disrespected you. You said your family, right? And then you called up to get him canceled from the MTV.
Not canceled. He didn't get canceled.
Okay, suspended.
Yeah,
but the point I'm trying to make is, if you think about it, even with that Troy shit, do you think that if whatever went down, that if someone would have been in the middle of a mediator, this shit could have been not happen in a short amount of time? You think that Tax was important to the culture? I
think he definitely made a mark. Yeah. I think he definitely. I mean, definitely. Look what he accomplished.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he had people talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's...
not to cut you off, but it's funny because I remember years ago you were saying people in this world, like in our circle, in the community of hip-hop, they'll complain, oh, Ebro's a punk, Ebro's this, Ebro's that, because they want to be on the box. I remember using those exact words. Like, they're just mad because they want to be on the box. And I feel like in some of the sense you were saying, that shit was kind of right. Like, meaning like people just, they want to be where you want to say what they want to say.
Yeah.
They're mad that you get a chance to do that. But at the same time, I do think that we come to a point in time where people don't need to be on the box anymore. They create their own podcast, video, YouTube. Has that been amazing to see?
I love it.
And not from Tax. I'm talking about like overall everybody.
Yeah. I mean, any format.
Yeah.
Or the ability. I mean, I think the internet, that's one of the great things about the internet is that it has removed barriers to entry. You know what I'm saying? On everything. Music, movies, you could create anything you want in your laptop, bedroom, whatever, get it out to fans and make some money on it.
Yeah. we spoke about mentioning names. Now, I don't want to go through all this. This is not only a beef episode, but with Charlamagne, I know the whole thing with the pitcher not taking. But for a while, you never mentioned his name or the POW 105. Now you mention names. I never understood the reason behind that.
Why not, or why?
No, why you never mentioned his name? You didn't want to give them credit because everybody knew who you were talking about. Like,
I would try to bait the audience into having a conversation about who I was talking about. B, in radio and how we get ratings, there was a time where it was about memory.
Yeah.
It wasn't about your behavior. So now your behavior, it's a piece of your memory of what you think about turning on, but it's also what you are turning on, right? So there was a time in radio in the 90s and television too, where it was a popularity contest, right? Where they send you something and you write down what you listen to. You're supposed to listen, you write down what you listen to.
Oh, like a survey. Yes.
So people would write down
their favorite. They used to get money for that, right?
Yeah, they still do. They still do.
Send you money.
So people would write down their favorite. So by me reminding you a name, if you had a rating survey or whatever in your hand, that would then possibly prompt you to write down the name I was talking about. If I left your name out, then the audience isn't reminded. They're not thought about it. They don't think about it. So that's really a programming tactic.
Yeah. So is it really like a Hot 97 POW 105 beef? The reason why I say that for is I've been in streetwear for a long time. Been around Adidas people, Nike people. I'll never forget one time I got invited to this Adidas joint. I was in LA. This Jordan dude was like, yo, I like to come, but the Adidas dudes are there. What the fuck? You think this is blood of Crips? Pull up, man. They ain't fucking worried about you.
Some people, depending on the company, it's like that.
Is it taught like that? Like, do you?
It depends on the company. Like when I was programming here, I wouldn't allow DJs to do parties together. But more of that was about strategy, right? Because I felt like we had the biggest DJs in the city, and why would you stand next to this new cat, or why would you stand next to this cat? No, let's go take their club from them. You know what I'm saying? That was just more of a strategy of marketing and whatever, right? Because that's how I came up in radio, right? Like, we are trying to get the most listeners we can.
Sure.
And that's how we get the most money. That's how we get the most advertising dollars.
Would that ever blow up in your face? Like, meaning like when people are like, what the fuck are you trying to do? Like, get a call like from maybe Clue or anybody? No?
Give a fuck.
No, never.
So what?
You like Clue?
Yeah, we're cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, even with Charlamagne, I mean, I know you've had your issues, and I'm sure he didn't want to take a picture. From what I know, no, I know, and we'll get into that. But from what I know of Charlamagne, I'll be honest with you, man. Like,
he's a nice guy.
He's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
And he does help a lot of people, like yourself. I know that you have put on a lot of people too. I mean, deep down, do you think that he's talented? And
absolutely, and I've told him that.
Yeah,
I've told him that. Yeah. Just because I don't like your content per se, or I don't think that you're good at certain things, doesn't mean I don't think you're talented overall or smart or funny or whatever. He's all that.
Because, Breakfast Club is amazing. Sometimes I say to myself, that they gone for so long already. Morning shows, it's hard to last. Yeah. I mean, how many did you go through since you've been here?
I put on Miss Jones, and just
What's an average for a morning show?
I would say like 6 years, 7 years.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because it takes you 2-3 years to get going.
You were here when Big Boy was? I hated that. As a New Yorker, I hated that shit.
I love him, but it wasn't for the city.
He wasn't even here, He was like, yo, good morning, New York, it's 70. I'm like, yo, it's fucking raining. Fuck you talking about, Big Boy, man? Fuck out of here.